Greetings and salutations, this is Elder Wolfsbane. This is a Delving Deeper solo play report. Let us discuss what happened at the party. First you have Brumore, the elf, currently in fighter mode. Him right here. Basically, the strength of the party, the fighter. You have Bum the dwarf. And as you can see, his stats were okay. Didn't start out with much money either. Then you have Lad Bon Me, a fighter, of course. Not necessarily the strongest, but a dashing looking young man with his mail, sword, shield, and arrows. Surely this adventure. Then you have Brother Shelton, the cleric, with a silver cross. You could tell that Brother Shelton was the rich guy. Not the richest, though. Then there is the poor Kalina, a cleric, obviously poor, leather armor, well worn, and just a wooden cross. Then you had Raki. We would call him a thief or a rogue. Can't really say thievery out in the opening. And this is Mr. Raki right here. Then there was the poor Tidor, the mega and super smart, the brains of the operation. And this was him right here. He could speak many languages with his intelligence of 17. Then there was Brumug, the brother of the other elf mage right there. And finally, Ugly Bob, as he called himself. He was obviously really well off. So, the party started with the first room, number 1, being empty. As they begin to explore rooms 2 and 3, as they came out, suddenly they were attacked by beetles, which they quickly dispatched. Even though they were quite high on the armor class. After defeating a few of them, a sleep spell was quickly used by one of the wizards. Very clever. They were quite injured. Then as they went down the hall, a party of goblins came upon them, 19 in fact. It looked like they were cooked, but alas, with 3 magic users in the party, a sleep spell was applied, and there was quite a bit of grave injuries. So another random monster roll while they were Looking in room number 5, finding 1,800 silver pieces of treasure. Orcs snuck up behind them. It was a valiant fight. It made it out to the hallway. And then the application of a color spray allowed them to survive. It took one of the fighters that had Mr. Bum the dwarf. It took him 14 days to heal up, so they returned. And when they did, suddenly room 3, there was a great wind, and they discovered within that room a very angry but confused air elemental. 8 hit dice. They didn't have a chance. Luckily, the air elemental decided was not interested in them, and they left the room. As they went further down the hall, room 6 was also empty. As they moved, they got to room 7 and they saw some sort of hobgoblin that didn't quite look right. There was something... Correction, room 7 was also empty. It's when they got to room 8. That's right. When they got to room 8, they met these hobgoblins that were... Something was somewhat wrong with them. They began to fight furiously. At that point in time, 2 of the party members, I believe, were killed out. Or at least one was dropped, that's right. Anyway, they came out, and one of the wizards, as they closed the door, put his staff across the door. And they were like, "Ha-ha, we're smart." Oh, yes, a quick application of the sleep spell saved the day. The Thulls were asleep, but they noticed that the ones that they had injured were beginning to heal. Thinking that they could not apply a coup de grace, that's when they locked the door with the staff. I remember now. Okay. So they go here to a 2 intersection, and they head south and find a giant room with teleportation square, but they decide not to use it. If they would have looked, there was some treasure. So as they wander back down here, they hear the sound of the staff breaking on the door, and the door comes open, and there's a chase. They come through here and get stopped at the door as the Thulls catch up to them. As they get up to this room right here, an empty room, the Thulls catch up to them, and it's a furious fight. The entire party is killed out at this time. The rest of the party, nothing they can do. The only person to survive was this poor cleric girl. In the room 14, she breaks through the doors, makes it to 15, closes the door, and when she does, she closes the door into darkness. But as you notice on their equipment, it's dark because she has no torch, no light source, while one of the wizards had a lantern. And this is where our story ends. Except for much more organized, my little sheets, a new party. We have Tristan, the human fighter, Hickory, the halfling thief, Paul, the elf, magic user, Polly, magic user human, Drog, the fighter human, and Perry,